Hey, what's up guys? So we are going to be doing a deck profile for Destiny Hero Agents, and this is going to be the September list, so that said, let's get right into it, and I'll explain some of the card choices as we go along. First off, the deck playstyle is really aggressive, so there's going to be no traps in here. Basically, your traps are essentially going to be get a bigger monster out again and again, and just finish off your opponent, or get out a monster that basically protects your field, essentially. Like Christia is essentially a monster that protects your field because it makes it so your opponent can't special summon, and usually you add back on us. So let's get right into the deck profile. So we're playing 2 Shine Ball. I really only like 2 Shine Ball because I feel like there's no really any room for the Destiny Hero Agents. Like everything is kind of constricted. Plus the thing with 3 Shine Ball, you draw it more often. But the main reason is I don't feel like it's really necessary to go for another Shine Ball. Basically, you make your Gotchi, and then what do you do with a 3rd Shine Ball? You just kind of like sit there in defense mode, and then it dies. I know it's more fuel for Hyperion technically, but personally, my personal choice, I like 2. If you want to play 3, by all means, go ahead and play 3. But for me, I just like 2. And then we're playing 2 Christia because it really shuts down a lot of the stuff in the meta. I mean, you get this out against a lot of decks, especially like Dino Rabbit. They can't really do much. If you can get this out early against Dark Worlds, or if they don't have the field spell, you tack over Graph because Graph is 27, they really can't do much because that's basically what they rely on. They rely on getting Graph out over and over and over, and if you can get rid of Graph out, and as long as they don't have Skill Drain out, yeah. But yeah, I would say Skill Drain does hurt this deck, but pretty much Dark World, that's Dark World. You can kind of OTK them really fast, I've noticed that, just because Dark World is a slow deck, and this deck is really fast with like the D draws. You know, basically the second and third turn, you can get out a lot of big monsters, and you can kind of just overpower Dark Worlds, because Dark Worlds generally, their back row is going to be like Reckless Greeds, and you know, they set everything for their drag downs, so pretty much you can kind of just OTK them. I'd say that is the best way to play against Dark Worlds, if your deck can do it. Next up, Black Soldier, no explanation for him, and then Dark-Armed Dragon, pretty good card because you run a lot of Darks because you have the Tour Guide, you have Tragodia, you have Gores, you have all the Destiny Heroes, and Dark-Armed Dragon, very good. Next up, 2 Destiny Hero Defender. Now, originally I was playing Diamond Dude, but I didn't like Diamond Dude. I know every spell in here is a normal spell card, so you can, if you hit any of them with Diamond Dude, it's good. But I like this card because it survived on the field. When you summon Diamond Dude and you activate its effect, it died almost every time during the next turn. So I really like Defender because Defender allows me to go for Heroic Champion Excalibur really easy. Like, first turn, if I activate Reinforcement of the Army, I can search out this, set this. They usually won't attack into it, and then it just sits on the field for a while, and it makes it so your opponent has to kind of use their cards and make something huge. Like, I know Dino Rabbit, you see a 2700 Defender, and they're like, wow, that's kind of too big, and they can't really deal with it for a while, and that's what I really like about it. Pretty good. And then next up, 2 Malicious, because it has a lot of combos with Earth. I mean, if you first turn D-Draw, and you can like send this to the graveyard, and then you summon Earth, and then you banish a Malicious to get another one from your deck, you can go for a first turn, level 8 Synchro, and usually Scrap Dragon or Stardust. That's the only ones I'm playing currently. But depending on what deck you're playing against, I mean, if you want to play Thought Ruler Archfiend, that is a good card against Gravekeepers. Yeah, make that, it's pretty good. Against Gravekeepers. But yeah, going for a first turn, level 8 Synchro, and still having 6 cards in your hand, that is pretty good because remember, Earth searches you out another card. So technically, you don't even use any cards in your hand. So you still have 6 cards in your hand, and you get to make a level 8 Synchro. Pretty good. Next up, One-Dimensional Alchemist, just because it has plays when you remove stuff. When you use like Hyperion's effect to remove the fairy, you can, you know, summon Dimensional Alchemist and get back, like, you know, Honest. Like, Honest is a really good card to get back. Yeah, and next up, we're playing Stratos because, you know, it wouldn't be Destiny Heroes without Stratos, because Stratos gets you a +1 and, you know, makes D-Draw a lot more live. Next up, play Birdman because I don't play Tour Bus because I know Tour Bus is kind of a card that people are testing out right now because Tour Guide is at 2 in the September list. So what I really like is going Birdman, bounce back one of the Tour Guides. Usually I'll do the one that is Special Summon with Tour Guide's effect. That way I can still Synchro if I want to Synchro. Also, Birdman allows plays with Shine Ball. Like, what you can do is when you have Venus, you get double Shine Ball out, and then you bounce back one of the Shine Balls, and then you Special Summon Birdman, and then you activate Venus's effect once again, and then you Special Summon Birdman, and then you can make a first turn Zen Mains, plus you can also have a Gotchi. So you'll have Zen Mains with 2500 defense, and all you do is you hope that they don't have a Neospatian Grand Mole, and you'll have a pretty good field, and a lot of people can't deal with first turn Zen Mains plus Gotchi. Like, that is pretty devastating for any deck really to deal with. But yeah, that's just one combo. Birdman opens up a lot more plays with other cards. like Destiny Hero Defenders. Like sometimes you first turn, you set it, they take a whole bunch of damage, you special summon Birdman, and then you can normal summon something else. And then you can, go off your plays from there. And I really think he's overall, pretty good card. And next up, Gores, because there's no traps, and then Honest, because it's, most of the deck is light. And then Triple Hyperion. And I know with Triple Hyperion is a lot, but you have a lot of draw power. You have Stall with Destiny Hero Defender if you need to. Hyperion just overall pretty good card too. Just blowing up cards, really good. he's a really easy card to get out as well. And you can really overextend against certain decks. Again, like Dark World, where they have the field spell up, and maybe if you get rid of the other back row, and most of their back row again is going to be like Reckless, Greed, or any of the cards they set for like their drag down. So like usually you can kind of overextend against them and just kind of beat them. Because once they have nothing on the field except for the field spell, you can just kind of just summon a whole bunch of stuff because they can't drop Gores, and generally Dark Worlds won't play Gores anyways. Next up, Sangan, because Sangan searches out a lot of key cards. Like you can search out Birdman, you can search out Destiny Hero Defender, Malicious, Dimensional Alchemist. It just has options. Generally, like if you don't have Earth or Venus, you can just add one of those. Well, Earth, you can't add Venus. You'll add Earth, then Earth searches out Venus later on. But what I really like about Sangan is it's really fun to activate Reinforcement of the Army, and then you search out Destiny Hero Defender, and then you set Sangan, and then they don't attack your Sangan for a while, and it's just kind of funny because they expect it to be Destiny Hero Defender. So it's just mind games in Yu-Gi-Oh! Next up, 3 Venus, because Venus first turn, Venus Gachi. Overall, pretty good play. It's pretty simple. Then we're playing 1 Jupiter just because it's another target that you can search out with Earth. Because once you go for your Venus play, Venus doesn't really do anything other than, sit there and being 1600 attack. Because once you've gone through your Shrine Balls, unless you want to play Pot of Avarice, which is, something that some people like to play. But I feel like when you run the Pot of Avarice build, if you activate Shrine Ball, effect, you have to pay 2,000 life, and successfully getting that off, sometimes it's just a little bit difficult to get Shrine Ball's effect, or getting your Venus's effect off multiple times. And by that time, you kind of want your fairies in the graveyard. That's what I've kind of learned when I was trying to play Pot of Avarice. I want my stuff in the graveyard. And I know you get to draw 2 cards, but sometimes Avarice it's unnecessary, I feel, in this deck, because you can just kind of overextend and just win by having so many cards that are just huge boss monsters. I mean, you have Christia, you have 2 Christia, you have Black Slaughter, you have Dark Iron, you have Triple Hyperion. Like, there's so many good plays in this deck. There's so many just boss monsters, and the thing with this deck again is you're gonna play really aggressive. Like you can basically drop a monster, they saw a warning, you summon another monster, they torrential, and you summon another monster, and like they just can't deal with it, and then you just win. But I think we were at Earth next. Earth is really good. Again with Malicious, pretty simple combos. First turn, if you are playing Triple Shrine Ball, and you summon Earth first turn, you have Honest, you just Honest them when they attack your Earth, and then you can summon Venus, get out Triple Shrine Ball, and then you can make double Gachi, and that becomes pretty deadly for any deck to deal with. I personally am only playing 1 Gachi, just because I like the playstyle of this, and I don't like drawing Shrine Ball. And then we have 2 tour guides and the Sangan, so we have the tour guide engine. Tour guide allows you to go for other things. Mostly you'll go for Sangan to search out your Earth, because if you're summoning tour guide, that means you don't have Venus or Earth, usually, depending on the deck you're playing against. But yeah, I really like making Zen mains against heroes. It's a pretty good card to make. Next up, 2 Tragodia, just because usually you'll summon Earth first turn, or you'll summon Stratos. That's a really simple play, and generally those will die, then you drop Tragodia, and then you still have the same amount of cards in your hand. So Tragodia is at 3,000, and then you go draw, and then you have a lot of attack essentially, and then you have Allure of Darkness for more draw power, because triple D draw isn't enough. Also Dark Hole. Everything's pretty self-explanatory from this point on. D-Draw really good, going to 3. The plays with Malicious, again, really good. And then we have Heavy, Mind Control. Mind Control is one of my favorite cards, because against heroes, especially when you set first turn Destiny Hero Defender, and then you Mind Control, and then you go, oh, let me make an Excalibur. Or, you can make Symphony of Jin if you want to go for that. Or Utopia if you want to play Utopia. I don't play Utopia just because every time I go for Utopia, that means I want to stall. And I think this card does a much better job of stalling than Utopia. Because every time I go for Utopia, it just gets destroyed by card effects. And Symphony of Jin allows me to just detach and keep, I think it's a her. Alive, maybe it's a him. I don't know. But anyways, it keeps Symphony of Jin alive. Mind Control, very good card, because you have 2 Earth as tuners, and obviously Exceeds, and you also have Birdman, and opens up a lot of plays, especially in the mirror match when you can take people's gotchis, and you can get huge damage on the field and just OTK them. Next up, Reborn. Pretty self-explanatory. 2 duality, because duality is at 2. Just because you can search for your pieces that you need for D-draw. And then reinforcement of the armies to search out your Stratos, or you can search out this. Again, first turn, just to mind game your opponent, activate this, search out Destiny Hero Defender, and then set Sangam. That's just funny, because they usually don't attack into it, because they'll expect Destiny Hero Defender. So that said, let's go over the extra deck. I'll show you the most important cards. Definitely put one of these in, because this can be a win condition, because it gains lots of attack sometimes. So put that in. Put in Gaia also, because sometimes you'll first turn you'll set Defender, and then you next turn you'll summon Earth, and you want a level 6 to go to, and Bryonek is banned, and so that will be an option to go for that. Mistform is also pretty good in this deck, because you can make it relatively quick, because you got the Shrine Balls, and you have Venus, so yeah, you can make Mistform pretty easy. Scrap Dragon's also important, same with Stardust. Catastrophe's pretty good. This card's also really good, Levier. Also, Photon Strike Bouncer, because if you drop Tragodia and you drop a Malicious to take their card, you have a lot of options here, because now you can remove Malicious to special summon another one, or you can use Tragodia's effect, copy Malicious, and then you can go for Photon Strike Bouncer like that. Or, you know, again, Malicious, and then you could still have Tragodia on the field. So you have a lot of options, essentially, with Photon Strike Bouncer to get that card out, with discarding Malicious. Pretty good. But other than that, the most important ones I'd say is Gotchi. You'll definitely want Gotchi. You'll probably want Excalibur, because these are warriors. Also, Stratos is also a warrior, but Stratos usually dies. But yeah, Excalibur pretty good. You can play Utopia. You can play Blade Armor Ninja if you'd like. I personally have been liking Excalibur just because he's also a light, so it helps out with BLS. Because I want to keep my fairies in the graveyard for Hyperion and stuff. So that said, I think that's pretty much it. If you have any suggestions to improve this deck, because I'm still kind of testing out this deck, and you guys wanted the deck profile, I've had so many messages for this, and it is a pretty good deck. By all means, it's still in the testing phase, but as of right now, you can play this deck just like it is on screen. I'm sure it will actually do pretty well against a lot of the decks in the meta. Christia, again, is just one of those cards where it shuts down certain decks. Like if you get it out against Lightsworn, what do they do? Set Raikou? Like, that's really it. And once they set Raikou, you know it's a Raikou, so you can just get rid of it however you can get rid of it, basically. If you have Hyperion out before Christia, it's pretty good too, because that way setting Raikou really doesn't do anything. Because I know Lightsworn will always be a popular deck, especially since Chaos Dragons got hit a little bit. I'm thinking there'll be a lot of people trying out Lightsworn because they already have the cards. Are like, well, I don't really need to change up my deck too much, and I'll just add some JDs and take out the dragons. And there I go, I got Lightsworn again. So yeah, this has been the deck profile for Destiny Hero Agents, and it's a pretty fun deck. So if you have any suggestions to improve this deck, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll test it out to see consistency of that, and then I'll update a deck profile if I feel like it's got enough improvements to consider an updated deck profile. But thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes White Dragon, signing out.